Hi, and welcome to Musicians Hangout with your hosts, Crash Fistfight from Hated Noise and Fatal Butterfly, and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. It's so great to be back. Oh my gosh, and have we got a night planned for you? So many of you know that my stomping grounds was the good old country, North Dakota. And we have some guests from North Dakota with us tonight. Woohoo! All right, so I'll go over Musicians Hangouts mission statement. We'll introduce our guests. So our mission statement is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. And that is exactly what we're doing. And we have got country band Sawdust from Medora, North Dakota. Hey guys. Hey.
How's everybody doing? Good to see everyone.
Awesome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
My name is Clay Schaefer. This is Corey Toohey. Our bass player, Eric Berger, couldn't be here tonight because, you know, bass players, how they are, they're kind of not the most reliable guys. We love him. We're both like,
we do love him.
Wish he could be here. But
players.
he had family stuff come up, so, you know.
Yeah,
we'll
forgive him this.
If we're lucky enough to come back on your show, we'll make sure he's here next time. Promise.
Oh yeah, we'd love to have you guys on. Maybe we can have you play on our show. We do a virtual concert series, and
that would be awesome.
We'd have to learn some songs, or
we'd have to practice maybe.
Yeah.
We might know a couple songs.
Know a couple songs.
We could pull something off.
Yeah, we could put something together.
Yeah.
So I just got a message from hubby. Do you know Brandon Toohey?
So there's some relation among Tooheys for sure. Does Brandon know maybe his dad, or, you know, kind of still old world up here? You said old country, right? His grandpa or something. I bet there's relation. Brandon, I bet Brandon's out of that central part of the state though, huh? Bismarck, Minden.
Where is Brandon?
My family's from Bismarck.
Okay. Bet there's some relation there.
This is the most North Dakota conversation ever.
Let me ask him this. So Brandon, are you kind of a cool dude, charming fellow, good sense of humor, that kind of stuff? I bet we're related.
Oh, I'm sure.
That was pretty thick. Sorry. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah.
Hi, Ryan. Thanks for joining us. So Ryan says, "What up, ladies?" Is he talking?
Ryan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
He's talking to Clay.
Oh.
I'm having the worst time trying to share a video on Facebook.
We lived with a Toohey. That's right. I forgot. Brandon lived with us for that time on Sim Street.
Very nice personality.
Sim Street.
Sims, yeah, critical part. We're talking serious infrastructure.
It's one of the main streets.
It is, yeah, for sure.
The Maxwells began.
Did you ever see the old haunted house on Sim Street across from the courthouse?
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
It had
out there. So I'm in a band, a little side project called Angry Dave in the Maxwells. And when I was back there in Dickinson recording in my friend Dave's studio, we went to that house and took pictures for our album cover.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Sweet place.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll show you guys. It's
Angry Dave, I feel like we should know him.
No, I don't think we're ready there. Are we there yet? We could be. Let's find it. Who's Angry Dave?
Angry Dave is David Dix. He's from South Dakota originally, but he's, been living in Dickinson for 20 plus years. So, yeah, that's who we hung out with.
The fact that you came out to Dickinson and recorded an album and we still haven't recorded our first album yet,
right?
It kind of makes me feel
we're a little shy,
a little unproductive, but we'll get there.
Yeah, but you guys got COVID, where she did hers pre-COVID.
Yeah, we did it in 2016. It was a while back. Here we are, right outside that haunted house.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. That's the place. Yeah, it's just west of the courthouse.
Just so you know.
It's the weirdest. There's always pigeons on the roof of that house. It's weird.
Oh,
it's
creepy. Yeah. It's a creepy house.
Because I'm not there yet.
I worked at In the Flesh Tattoos for some time with Crystal Falsing.
Yes. Yep.
And So I heard some stories coming through the tattoo shop about some of the places that are haunted on Sim Street specifically because of the underground tunnels there. There's
Sure.
some creepy shit that happens between, some of the businesses that are connected and
Good times.
Yeah, I've been in some of them tunnels. There's a Mason's Lodge and an Oddfellows Lodge down there, and yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah.
It is.
It's got to be prohibition stuff, maybe, but I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It definitely has that feel. And
Yeah.
Dickinson's it's a fun town. It, like you were saying before the show started, it's the city out there. It's our
Wait,
city.
Yeah.
let's back up to these tunnels for a minute.
Yeah.
Sure.
Come on up.
How big are these
I'll give you a
tunnels?
tour.
Like the Masons are just like hanging out there, like that's where our lodge is. Whoop whoop. Like, how big are these tunnels?
I don't think we can disclose that.
Are they
Don't-
underground?
most tunnels are, I believe.
I think that's.
Don't quote me on that,
Yeah.
but
I don't know if it's a requirement.
Through mountains. But,
it's just like the I don't know what turn of the century like brick buildings, and their foundations are like sandstone, and there'd be kind of a crawl space between them. Is the ones I've been in.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
ones like
you gotta
that.
check out these damn tunnels.
I've seen ones that are about as wide as like a hallway, but in their
Yeah,
gated out.
right. Yeah.
chain
Yeah.
link.
I mean, we're not driving charter buses or anything.
Oh,
We
I'm not
should-
saying
But we
We're
need
gonna
one.
we should do like some kind of tours of those. That'd be
You
fun.
guys don't?
That's why he's the front man.
You should
It
start
could be
that.
on the History
The
Channel.
underground, Dickinson,
and,
North Dakota.
Yeah, it'd be
Do
awesome.
it.
Well, we'd be a little nervous to have things properly documented. No, not that, but
This is kind of being properly
brainstorming here anyway, so we digress.
Your podcast. Sawdust and the tunnels of Dickinson, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Good times.
So
So yeah,
I'm
you said
sharing our right now because we are right now live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously through StreamYard, and
Sweet.
yeah, we want to get
I had
everybody.
a hard time like getting my
Share-
phone. I had a hard time getting my phone to load our page to
I
share
was
the
having
video.
an issue too. I've been doing that for the last little bit. I'm like, come on, load. I want to share the video.
So
you
it's
know, and we're up here, way up in North Dakota. It happened right now. It was like instant. So
Yeah.
That's because there's like 5 of us up
I
here.
was gonna say nobody's on the internet tonight. So.
that's
No,
not
we're fresh.
Or as we like to affectionately call it, the internets. Little plural
Internet.
sometimes.
The internet. I like the flying V guitars behind you. Them are cool.
Oh yeah. So I'm a drummer, but my husband plays guitar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this guitar was built in North Dakota, Dickinson,
Sweet.
North Dakota, by Dave Dix. And the wood is from a barn, an old barn in South Dakota.
That's
Lemon
very cool.
Yeah.
And-
Looks like a North Dakota license plate on there, maybe.
That is my license plate I had. When I-
007. What?
Yes. So it was
So cool.
it was GRL, Girl 007, Girl License to Kill, on my Camaro when I met my husband Max. So
Nice.
I take my license plate and had it put on a guitar because it's a cool license plate.
That is
For
really
sure,
cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Story. So
Plus now we can use that plate wherever we go. It's like handing out business cards now. We're like Girl 007. That's how you can find us now. So.
Yeah. Next time I'm staying at a hotel and
Thanks
they
for the
ask for my
information.
license plate, I'll be like, Girl 007, Maxine Maxwell.
Yeah, that's right. That's 2 L's, right? 1 X.
The funny thing is so I name my cars. I'm weird. I like to name my
I
cars.
mean, mine are all named. You're not weird.
That's a
So
good
my
thing. That's common.
SUV, my SUV is called. His name is James Bond.
Yeah.
Seeing a James Bond theme here.
Yeah.
Dun,
Some
dun.
commonality.
It was just kind of funny. I was a little intoxicated one night, and I was just like, "I love you, Kyle. I'm a James Bond."
I don't believe it.
That's great.
That's good though.
Know that you just got this car not too long ago too. I had no idea
Actually,
that.
I've actually had it in my possession for a year.
Longer than you've owned it. Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been in possession.
Do we need those kind of details? I mean, maybe how you got it doesn't matter. But
It's the
No,
it's good.
my bandmate was helping me out, and he had a spare car. I needed a car, so he was like, "Well, just use this one." And then he was like, "Well, if you want it, you can go ahead and buy it." So
yeah, it's awesome.
I love my hoopty car.
It's a good car. So
I love that stupid thing.
it's around. She's got to go like 2.5 hours to band practice. So
Wow.
Some bands
have wheels, man. I
not
practice
every band
here.
practice.
That's it.
That's awesome. That's some good dedication. I don't know if the three of us, I mean, there's two of us here, right? So we do know math, but I don't know if we got that kind of dedication to travel 2 hours.
Yeah, I
for rehearsal. That's pretty impressive.
I moved out to Medora a year ago, and I can't get these guys to drive 45 minutes out there. So good for you.
Like it's scary out there and stuff. Yeah.
When you have a good project.
Well,
Yeah.
it's out here too because anywhere in the city takes a long time to get to.
Well,
so-
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because,
she goes out of town. Like she goes
Yeah.
south of.
well, kind of. I have two bands. I'm in two bands. So my punk rock band is like super close. It's like half hour away. It's not that big a deal. But my other project is like 2.5 miles away, and it's like almost 130 miles.
Dang.
Yeah, I need some reliable
One way,
transportation.
just one way is almost 130 miles for me.
Do either of you have you heard of a musician from the Seattle area named Eric Miller?
Oh, it
Like-
sounds familiar.
He's kind of a singer-songwriter type guy, folky.
We're both like,
We might know him. Hold on. We know
Oh,
a lot.
yeah.
Of people.
Gotta check
I
your
think
contacts.
his
No, I get
backing
it.
group was called the Easy Winners, and they used to play at a place called the Pink Door out there.
the Pink Door. I've never even heard of that venue.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
I just remember I've never been to it. He used to post stuff about it, but he played out here a couple times, and nice guy. Writes some awesome songs. Kind of a
Yeah,
James Taylor vibe.
that's cool.
Yeah. Well, look him up. Are you guys friends with him on Facebook?
I think so.
Okay.
Or maybe he don't even have Facebook anymore.
He might not. A lot of
His
people
name again?
And when somebody don't have Facebook, you're like, are they a serial killer? I
It
don't
could
know.
be. I mean, I have Facebook, but
Eric's
Get
not
that
as far
out
as
the
I
way.
know. He's a great
back
guy.
in the old country because there's lots of places to hide a body there. That's why.
I have a friend in Arizona who
Bad humor. Sorry, guys. So dark.
he doesn't
I love
do
it. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah.
he doesn't do nothing. Like he just stays off of all social media, and it's kind
You
of
know, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, and it's for who it is. So sometimes yeah, but it's okay.
yeah, it's just that cat.
It's kind of like music, right? Whatever fits anybody. I mean, hey,
That's
different taste, different folks, or something like that.
So
Yeah.
you need to be a double L Maxwell.
Right
yeah.
on.
Double L Maxwell.
And he loves
Okay,
to
let
have
me write
double
that
L
down here. I'll be
Maxwell.
right back.
That's hilarious. Cheers.
Double O behave, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, Austin
my
Power, she got it.
She's been she knows. Legit.
Oh my gosh. So you guys are streaming from Dickinson. So
Correct.
that's pretty sweet. That's where I went to university. So I got my teaching degree at Dickinson State University.
All
Very
right.
nice. Very nice.
So we've partied in the same places.
Kulaks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like when you said you're from Alexander and now you're saying you went to DSU, I feel like we should know you. Like
I bet
statistically,
It wasn't me. No.
Well, I'll message you my real
Like
name.
she's a kid. You gotta remember
And
she's
then, and then you'll know. Maybe you'll know. So I'll PM you guys. Be like, hey, this is my name. And then
you look familiar too. It's weird, but
well, that's because I look like an North Dakotan.
maybe.
Well, you sort of sound like one now. Sometimes we can hear that.
Oh God! Just wait till you guys. Just wait till the end of the show. Like then my accent's gonna start coming. Like don't.
Well, it does. I told Max, I was like, you just wait. I'm gonna start talking all North Dakotan. See,
Man.
A little bit. I hear it.
Say big.
Yeah, big.
Yeah.
No, and people from North Dakota are like, there's not a North Dakota accent. And I'm like, oh, but there is.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
When I moved to Washington, everybody asked me where the hell I was from, and I was
right. Yeah, a lot of places just assume Canada, and that's
like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have an accent.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you? You guys talk weird.
Yeah, here's another North Dakota-ism. Instead of creek, we say crick.
Crick. Yes.
It's not spelled crick, but we say crick.
We choose to.
We're gonna go down to the crick.
Yeah, totally voluntary.
Say roof and roots different than a lot of places too.
Roots?
Yeah.
Roots?
Yeah.
Roof?
Soda and pop, there's those.
Yep, there's this.
How about the infamous, there you go. Like whatever you're saying, or you make a point, it's just there you go. And nobody went anywhere. Actually, nobody left, but there you go.
There you go.
It's pretty common.
Don't you know?
That's like that. Don't you know? And you betcha is bordering on stereotype against North Dakotans. Like that's mildly offensive, maybe.
It can
maybe
be.
Not. Yeah,
not to me.
Those are our words. Those are our words.
Yeah. So my wife and kids have a little bit of Norwegian blood. I love to pick on them.
Oh,
I'm mostly German, little Czech, and some Hungarian by background. So I don't say things like "oofta," but I like teasing them about it.
Oofta's my thing. Oofta. He had to ask his drummer what oofta meant because I said oofta so much because he's from Montana. What? How did he
didn't know what oofta?
So and I was like oofta, like, and he's like, what the hell is oofta?
So speaking of oofta and things that are sensitive, I've got some friends in Montana, but none of them have been able to confirm with me that. Is it a fact that like the unofficial model is Montana where men are men or I'm sorry, I'm gonna screw this up. Where men are men and sheep are nervous? Is that
sheep are scared?
Yeah,
scared.
Sheep are scared.
Oh, South Dakota. Oh, sorry guys.
I was waiting for a little bit of chiming in on the back. That was like pow. Yeah. But no, seriously, that's just
on this one. Get Max, come on.
Max, where are you at? Yeah.
Come on, Max.
Come on.
Bringing it on. Like you had the DSU sweatshirt on, so I feel like you can pick
well, he's part of Musicians Hangout.
He is. He's our tech guy.
He's part of Musicians. There he is.
Yeah, right on.
You guys hands?
So what part of Montana?
Can I see it? Oh, where's the Velcro?
I can't.
Oh snap!
The thing about it though is like every state, like we make fun of Montana for the sheep stuff, and then Montana makes fun of Wyoming, and Wyoming probably makes fun of South Dakota.
We make fun of South Dakota because he's from Montana. I'm nice
because he's from Montana. In Texas, they say that about people from Oklahoma or Arkansas. It never ends,
It's just like a fill in the blank thing, right? Yeah. Velcro gloves. Anywhere.
It's
but universally everybody hates California.
Ooh.
I love California.
Parts of it. Yeah.
California.
I haven't been to a state where anyone has talked lovely about them at all.
This is why I love California. I love California because it's warm there.
Oh no, never mind. Everyone's from North Dakota.
Hey, my parents are from California, so I'm not.
I have relatives out there. There's a really cool town in the San Bernardino area called Norco.
Oh, I've been there. I used to live in the Inland Empire. And
you can legally ride horse in town. It's like my favorite. You can ride horse to the bar there, and it's cool.
And nobody gets offended.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a city ordinance or something.
Sure.
She's like the Redwoods are in California.
Redwoods, yes, they are in Cali. Yes,
they're right down the road from Palm Springs and 27 Palms. Like,
right on. And you know what? What brings everybody together, though, right? Is why we're here. Music. Just got to give the music a plug. I mean, you think about it, right? Everywhere we've been or travel around, what do people have in common? music. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. So
yeah,
easy ways to connect.
That's
Troy
what
has to say,
Norco, don't you know? Don't you know? Yeah.
It's awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
So you don't, you know.
Oh my goodness. We should drink every time someone says that. No, maybe
Oh
not.
my God. I'm not trying to get that.
Don't you know? That's pretty classic. Yeah.
Hey,
No.
maybe this is a thing out here. I'm from North Dakota. I like Jägermeister.
Ooh.
And no one out here gets that.
It's like devil's like nectar.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you drink that.
It was our thing. It's still our thing.
It is a thing out here, yeah.
It still is by large, yeah, for sure.
Cough medicine, like originally.
Oh.
Yes.
It was invented as a German cough medicine, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
So now we put it.
God, could you imagine like all those little German kids just like
I'm not feeling well. Have a little tickle.
Yeah.
the next, I still got this damn cough, Mom.
No, you know, like it solves everything.
Solves everything.
That is good.
For some people, apparently.
I want a Jägermeister sponsor, so come on, Jägermeister.
Yes.
Come on.
You have Jägermeister cup like this.
Fireball. Fireball's
Right here.
Troy.
Yeah.
Those are my friends.
That's what's hot out here. Fireball.
Fireball.
You see this poster back here, Maxine?
I see.
Oh yeah. Nice.
That is my friends in the band Drowned Mary who were sponsored
Right.
by Jägermeister.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And with that said, kids, we want to make sure to tell you that Musicians Hangout is dedicated to music, not to underage drinking.
Of course. That's right.
Drink
Be
responsibly. Yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
We like
thanks.
to throw that in there because, you know.
He'll be back. Come on. All from
Coca-Cola on the rocks is not a bad alternative.
come back together.
I don't even know why he's leaving. Why are you leaving?
Because the seat's uncomfortable and my dog's being annoying.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Sounds like a lot of things.
He's still on the phone, guys.
Yep.
Poor guy.
That's an annoying dog right there, for
Oh.
sure.
Oh,
Let me tell you about that dog. So I was at Maxine's house this past weekend,
geez.
and he camped right on my lap, like all weekend. Like he was like, "Oh, you're on the couch." I'm in Auntie Crash's lap now. Like can't move. You got a buddy on my buddy.
Nice.
He's a good boy, though. He's a good boy.
You can't ask much, out of a boy. I mean, he's behaving, right? He's just hanging out. Yeah.
He takes up the whole couch. Max has this much room to sit.
Clay does that too, but
Yeah.
I don't see a mess on the couch. So that's
He's a Montanan, but he does need a little bit more space.
yeah.
Nice.
Easier to keep than a bass player. That's a little shout out to Eric Berger, by the way. Wishing he was here.
Hey, baby,
Here's to you, bass player.
go.
Boom. Well, let's talk a little bit about Sawdust. How long have you guys been a band?
Okay, so I started Sawdust in 2013. I actually used to rodeo, and I played in other people's bands off and on over the years, and I always had it in the back of my mind that when my rodeo career was over, I'd start my own band. And so yeah, in 2013, I broke my back and had to hang up the rodeo thing. And then yeah, it was in like November of that year. I met a guy named Jay Haberluck here in North Dakota, and we started Sawdust. Originally, we were a 4-piece. It was me and him, and we had a girl drummer named Casey Hudson-Beeler.
You did?
Yeah, and a girl keyboard player named Val Kansky, and that was the original lineup for a couple of years. And it was cool because all 4 of us sang lead vocals. It was kind of a like Little Big Town meets the Beatles or something.
You guys were like a musical. Shit.
Yeah. And
well, especially for me anyway, being a drummer, girl drummers are like just, I don't know why it's so rare, but it seems like it can be. So
It's
they
really
become
rare.
very cool. Yeah, I mean,
and she was a pretty girl too, and like Corey's pretty cute, but you know,
I mean, comparably.
But anyway, so that's how it started, and then one by one they all kind of ended up quitting for one reason or the other. You know how it is with people getting married, and it's just tough, and
having kids, and
yeah.
Oh,
so then in 2016, I got asked to be in this Chris Ledoux tribute band, kind of side project thing, and the lead, I was the bass player in that, and the lead guy's like, "We need a drummer. Who do you think would be a good drummer for Chris Ledoux tribute band?" And I'm like, "Corey Toohey would be a good drummer for Chris Ledoux tribute band."
Yes.
So I strategically, not only was he the best Chris Ledoux tribute band drummer, but I strategically suggested him so that I could scalp him into Sawdust eventually, because I had like fill-in drummers at that point, kind of. So that was 2016, and then the tribute band kind of fizzled out, and I got him scalped over into Sawdust, and the rest, as they say,
is Sawdust
history. And then Eric's been with us since, is it 3 years, 4 years? Yeah,
all of 3. Yeah.
So, and we've just kind of been a trio. I play lead guitar and sing, and Corey drums. Eric plays bass and sings. And
nice.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm really loving the American flag behind that drum
America.
kit.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks.
Well, here's the reason.
Great.
So, at my punk band, like I have this enormous American flag behind my drum kit.
Nice.
And we adorned it with like red and blue Christmas lights too.
Yes, it looks.
Oh,
really
nice.
So that like caught my eye, and I'm just like, damn, that's like nice and crisp. Like I want one like that. And those drums are beautiful too. What kind of kit is that?
It's a Gretsch, ain't it?
It's a Gretsch.
I fucking knew it. I knew it was Gretsch.
They're not totally new. So that's a Ash Catalina kit, and at the risk of losing our audience,
Catalina wine mixer.
Oh my god, I'm so good. The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
I've never had an Ash kit. I had to have this one.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's now one of 5. I found out that 6 are too many.
Corey's got a few drum kits.
My wife and kids are very supportive, but
he has 6. You have 6 kits.
Well, no.
I
got 5 full size and 1 junior kit. I've got a little one way up in the corner. Like the kick drum is probably about 13 inches. It's got a little chain drive pedal. It's going to be perfect for grandkids.
Oh my god, that's so.
Yeah.
And then I have a Ludwig kit that I got that I make him play sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I have one of those too.
Yeah. So one of my first kits was a Hollywood. I've still got my second kit, which was a Ludwig standard.
Hey.
I play Gretsch, Mapex. The one I play most recently is a Maple. It's made by it's a PDP kit made by Drum Workshop. That was my first only ever me owned drum kit, so that was kind of fun. But yeah, I nerd out over drums. Yeah, but it helps because then it makes me want to play them.
Corey is a drummer's drummer. Like when I first saw Corey, what was it in Belfield? I think with Dakota Breeze. He used to play in a band called Dakota Breeze.
Yes, I've been in and out of a couple little bands. But
It's the Rough Rider Bar in Belfield, if you remember that.
I know. I've been there.
It's this little bar, and he's got a drum riser and this huge kit, and he's got chimes and bongos, and like just rock it out. And I'm like, who's this fucking guy? Like, my French. Like this isn't your average weekend warrior drummer. This guy takes it serious, So
yeah, I'm pretty shy when it comes to playing drums.
Yeah,
dude, you're like a dude after my own heart, because like I'm up there just trying to like lug all my drums up. I got this double kick and 3 toms and just like 7,000 cymbals, and I'm just this little girl just like carrying everything up. But man. Yeah,
nobody messes with people that carry drums, though.
It's true.
I mean, they don't have the time, and we don't have the time. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, but being the girl drummer, I gotta say, I can get freaking roadies like that. Like everyone wants to help me.
Yeah, no, that's
everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Especially at the close, like after the show, everybody's like, "Hey, need some help?" I'm like, yeah, thanks. We're good.
Yeah.
This is like trying to get everything up on the stage. Like they always want to just help me.
Oh yeah. But that being said, we're fortunate up here. I don't know if it's just geographics or we just have really good people. There are times we've played some live gigs too where it starts raining and pouring and it's just a scramble to get everything in. And like they don't hesitate.
Washington, yeah, we know rain. Like,
and they're always willing to help. It's cool. So yeah, we do appreciate. We've got some pretty dedicated support. I won't even call them fans because I think they're more than that. Like they're personal, they're friends, and we know them and they know us, and we see them moving around, right? So it's pretty cool.
Crew right there. That's your crew.
Well, and we have a really sweet van that we go to gigs in.
Oh yeah,
it's a really awesome van that I'm very fond of. They'll probably bury me in that van someday. What's that?
You guys have a band van? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have band?
It's like gray and silver and blue, and we thought about repainting it like black with some flames, but then we decided that it's creepier the way it looks, so
for sure
we just left it. But
oh my god, put free candy
way more visual.
Anyways, I was getting the van worked on. I got this mechanic that always works on it, and he was talking about it, and he's like, he mentioned that we don't have a huge we don't have a small following for a local band either, but
I mean,
he described it as a cult following, kind of. Because he's had other customers that, like not everyone's heard of Sawdust, but like, they played our wedding. There's people like that that'll kind of follow us around.
Yeah, local stuff. Yeah,
cult following.
That cult following. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, cool.
And I'm all about being a cult leader. I got the van. I got the ranch out in the middle of nowhere.
Different show.
Starting a cult. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Just please tell me that one day you're just gonna spray paint free candy on the side.
People write that in dust on there all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
It's always free candy. Yeah.
Not a
man.
That's actually how we got our last bass player. Eric Berger likes cookies, and we're like, cookies in the van. But
I should tell the real Eric story too. That's a good one. But
I'm just messing with him.
We had a rehearsal space downtown in Dickinson, underneath the Oddfellows Lodge, and we were practicing there. And lo and behold, there's this other band practicing like next door, and their band was called Brandon St. Randy, which is an awesome band name, by the way.
Really cool people.
Yeah,
good dudes, good solid guys.
He was walking in with a bass. I'm like, what the hell? Where are you going? He's like, practice. I'm like, I'm going to practice. We should jam sometime. So, and that was like a year before we actually got him. So I had to scalp him for a while, but finally got him talked into it. Yeah.
Dude, you totally free candied him.
Totally. I'm the worst with that.
Best part is we never gave him any candy. Still haven't.
And like, full disclosure, we're kind of looking for a keyboard player. I kind of miss having the keyboard player. So I'm gonna scope one of them up.
Can you free candy me a bass player? I really need one.
Well, we could probably mail Eric out there or something. I mean, on like a Lend-Lease program or something.
Sure, it's worth a discussion.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can work something out.
Bass
players. Finding a bass player is always hard too. Like,
drummers are hard to come by back there, I thought, or was that just back in the day?
Good drummers are hard to come by.
Okay.
So in the meantime, he's got me.
Come on now.
But I'm trash.
Right?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Yep. So do you guys write any of your own music, or you guys play?
We do. Yeah, it's mostly covers.
Okay.
Mostly I'd say 90s country.
Okay.
And, but we just play a variety of stuff, classic rock.
I love that.
Some current pop stuff like Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars and different things like that. I'm a huge John Mayer fan. A lot of John Mayer.
Cool. I bet that sounds really cool with your style.
Oh my god, I feel like such an asshole because I don't even know who the fuck John Mayer is.
What? Yes, you do. Look
remedial training, back to the roots.
No,
I'm like a punk, like metal drummer. And that's like my genre is mostly.
I'm mostly metal as well.
I know Ed Sheeran because he was like on I believe he was either in the Game of Thrones, or he was he was like
you know.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? There you go.
There you go.
But, and that was kind of one of the appeals, honestly. We joke about scalping me up, but I didn't go kicking and screaming into Sawdust either by any means.
That's true, yeah.
So
just screaming.
Yeah, just screaming. I'm not much of a kicker. I'm getting too old for that.
Oh my God.
But no, the variety, I like that. And it was like a lot of genres. I joke with some people too when they ask me, what do you play? Well, we might start out the night with a little bit of Merle Haggard, but we might end it with the Cranberries or some AC/DC too, right? We play it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Born on Blondes, we like them.
Yeah. I mean, we just
Born on Blondes.
we cover a lot. So kind of alluding to what you were talking about, writing your own songs. We've all, like, we don't limit what we listen to. I remember growing up, and I always joked that I could dance before I walked, because I grew up with a lot of old time accordion polkas and waltzes, right? That's what I was accustomed to. My dad was more into country. Mom was more into maybe some of the top 40, but loved the hair bands growing up. Jazz, jazz band in high school. Like, I want to hear different music. I'm not always going to like it. I'm not going to blow smoke up anybody here. It may not be my thing, but I want to hear it. And, some of you talked about writing our own songs. So when we put things together, we'll like just kind of pull, like, what would sound great here? And we'll throw it into what could become an original song. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, we're pretty honest with each other. Like, nobody gets real offended if you just say, hey, can you straight time that and just cut through it and maybe do this or do Clay likes to refer to it as a boots and pants.
Boots and pants, yeah.
Like, try that in there. We just, it's constant brainstorming. Truly is. It's just.
But we do write. Like I said, we haven't recorded yet. We started recording like a year and a half ago at Jay's place, and then we got like 3 songs kind of tracked out, and then like his computer crashed and he got busy with work. Yeah, and then I kind of laid down just like guitar and vocals with this other guy in Richardson. And then same deal, computer crashed. But and then COVID happened. So, but one of these days we're going to get it recorded. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
We got, I guess the biggest like feather in the hat, so to speak, for me was we have a song that I wrote called She Don't. And the first time we cracked that out was in Killdeer at just some random bar gig up there. And when people got up and danced to it, they'd never heard the song before, and it was like they got up and danced to it. That was, I could have quit right there. That was, take my money.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Usually we're glad he didn't. I mean, most of the time.
Yeah. Generally speaking.
Yeah, right.
Well, who are your guys' musical inspirations?
Oh, okay. So my earliest memories of music are like riding around in the pickup and listening to KPOK Country out of Bowman, and they'd play. This isn't about 92 or so. They'd play like the good 90s country, George Strait, Garth Brooks, and all that. Mm-hmm. And but then when I was 10, I found my dad's record collection in our basement and started listening to him. I had like the big chunky like headphones with the 1/4-inch jack and all that. Sit and listen to him all night. And my parents had they had like boxes of records and a lot of like classic country stuff, Waylon, Willie, all that, But then they had this Beatles, this Abbey Road, and I didn't know what it was. And that was the big bang for me, like, because I didn't want to. It just blew me away. I didn't want to switch to the next song, and that's when I wanted to play guitar. So
nice.
They made me take music lessons. Made me learn piano first, and I kind of hated that, but I did it. And then they let me play guitar, and I had the perfect teacher, lady named Brenda Davis in Amadon, North Dakota, and she played conveniently enough, in the early 70s, she played in an all-female Beatles tribute band called the Ladybugs. So it was like the perfect student teacher thing. And so yeah, I kind of cut my teeth playing like every flipping Beatles song.
Oh wow! Oh my god!
And then that got me into like Clapton, and that got me into Stevie Ray Vaughan, and that got me into John Mayer, so to speak, and then just 90s country is kind of where country was when it was still good. Maybe I don't really like the new country so much. Most of it.
I don't even know what new country is anymore. Like
I know. Well, and there's like the Chris Stapletons and the
I mean, there's some newer
Tyler
stuff.
Childers, but most of it's kind of garbage.
I guess you either like what you like and you don't what you don't. I mean, some of the stuff is we're probably not real big on mass production.
Yeah.
You know? Show me how long you can stay the course.
The pop world, over country, like there's a lot of pop. I lean toward more of the grungy rock country that's newer, like our friend Brett Ellen.
Yeah,
sure.
Our friend Kelly Ray.
We've got Carrie Cunningham. We've had her on the show. She's pretty awesome. She's kind of more of a classic 90s feel to her too, like that new poppy country. Gosh, we had Jessica Lynn Whitty close our fundraiser this last weekend.
Oh, cool.
God, she was amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Was that the one for the pet rescue or whatever?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool to be part of something like that. We've done it every year now that we've been established. So we didn't do one. Oh wait, we did play one in 2019 together, but we didn't broadcast it. That's right. So we've been the LLS one at the Anchor. We played in.
Oh yes. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
We did. Was that 2019? I thought that was. Girl, I don't even remember anymore.
I know. I know. And
last year was a long year. I mean,
COVID has happened for so long that it just feels like the past 10 years now that we've been on this lockdown, and I'm just like, I don't even. What day is it? What year is it? Like, when were we able to play shows again? Like, I don't remember any of that.
Well, North Dakota is so, isolated from everywhere that it took a while for COVID to get there.
Yeah, right? Kind of. Well, we were playing a St. Patty's Day gig, like a year ago in Dunn Center, North Dakota, at the what's the bar up there? DC Public.
I don't know. I was in Jamaica, so.
Oh yeah, we weren't even there. That's
Casey
this guy was in Jamaica.
Us,
That's right. Casey played that one.
COVID everywhere, coming back from Jamaica. Gotcha.
That was a trip by itself.
We didn't know if we were going to get Corey out of Jamaica. That was
It was pretty weird. I mean, we left and the world was normal. We come back and
you're gonna
the airports are abandoned. Nobody can buy the toilet paper, and it's like, what's going on? But
shit, that's crazy.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, we should write a song about that. Maybe spoof it up a little.
It's getting real. Coronavirus.
That shit up. That's great.
My friend's parents were on a cruise during the beginning of all the corona. So when they were ending their cruise, they were like, surprise, you get the surprise 2-week extra vacation because you're now locked down on this boat. Even though we've been at sea for a month.
Yeah.
Surprise.
So then, it was
anywhere in
March
America.
and April and May, no gigs. And but then in June,
you played at the band shell.
Yep, they started doing outdoor stuff in June, and we were doing outdoor gigs kind of all summer. And I think maybe September we did our first indoor gig.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And
wait a minute.
In September. What?
Yeah, and everything's pretty much back to normal up here.
Yeah,
more or less.
So you guys had COVID for 4 months?
Well, I like to joke that we are kind of behind the curve a little bit. So whatever's trending, hot and heavy, whether it's good or bad, there's a little delay up here, which personally I feel is good, right? Gives us some time to react and respond. Yeah. But we're smart about it. I mean, even some of regardless of your views on it, right? Our percentages are up in terms of vaccinations.
Yes, they are.
Numbers overall are coming down.
Yeah.
But you know, traditionally, I do personally kind of believe, and I know I'm in trouble for all these personal views, but like
that's okay.
we respect each other's spaces too. I mean, you know, if you want some distance, we're fine. Like
culture, that's already the culture there.
Yeah. You know, and now it's kind of nice. I mean, if I know you and want to hug you and you want to hug me, fine, we can hug. But you know, at the same time, yeah, right, yeah. So,
I'm a hugger.
But it's good. Yeah. Well, I was raised with huggers too.
It's like more of a West Coast thing to be kind of like in space and huggy and North Dakota, we are kind of more modest about space.
A little bit. Yep.
We're not mean about it. It's just like it's our culture, I guess.
I mean, if I know you and you know, it's like my wife and kids, we still hug a lot, right? Even with the grandparents, it's we're not afraid to give hugs. It's just a matter of how well do I know you. Right?
Yes.
So, we're pretty sincere with our affection. I'll say that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and I remember having to get used to that out here when I moved. I moved out here 13 years ago, and I remember like hanging out with friends for the first time after kind of getting to know them, and then going over for dinner, and then they hugged, and we left, and we're like, they're huggers. They hug.
yeah, that's a thing.
Oh, dude, it's just like the culture out here. You just got to get on board, yo.
Yeah, everybody.
You're just like, okay, and I'm like, I'm gonna come on, hug it out.
Yeah, and that's been different out here, and probably hard for the culture on the coast to get used to not approaching each other, and
sure.
Because it started out here. So COVID basically started out on the coast, and then
in Washington,
and then it to New York. So the big cities, Seattle and New York were booming with it. And it took a while to get to the central part of the United States. I know, because I went back there in August and it wasn't bad, but then all of a sudden it hit. And my mom's an RN in Williston, so I heard about all the craziness and the tents, but vaccinations started to get to you guys pretty quick.
Yeah, my mom works for the health unit out here, so she's doing the testing and the vaccinating and stuff, and it's I think we can say light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
maybe even at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully so.
That's right. Yeah, no, I think so. Yep.
That's cool. So do you guys have gigs lining up for summertime?
Oh yeah, there's all kind. Well, and then we do play a lot of weddings and stuff, and a lot of those got canceled last year, and so there's like weddings that we agreed to last year that are going to happen this year, and it's going to be a busy summer. So
it will be, and summer's so fun there. It really is.
Yes.
Those sunsets. I wasn't joking when I said earlier on North Dakota sunsets.
Oh no, there's nothing like a North Dakota sunset. Like
because they don't have the sun everywhere else. Actually,
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, where I'm at, so I'm in a little place called Swim, and we're in the rain shadow. So the clouds move along, the mountains are the straight, and we are considered a blue hole. So we have like sun and sky more so than the areas around us, such as Seattle. So
we'll send it over because
we could use some rain. It's
right now we're starving for moisture. We're
dry. It's really dry back there. You guys need some rain. I'll try to send it your way.
Do a rain dance. Yeah,
we can all do a little rain dance.
Yeah. It literally poured all day at my house. Like, it was gloomy and rainy, and I was just like, I hate it outside so much.
Yeah, that's why Buddy's allergies are flared up. That's why his paws are flaring because of the moisture in the air. So once summertime comes, it calms down. But during the rainy season, poor Buddy is just. This is the first time he's had to be in a cone. I guess this year's been for the allergies. Other dog owners with allergies have said that this is the worst year so far. So,
we gotta be careful. The Benadryl is a powerful medication. I mean, you can't OD those dogs.
Well, and
you can't OD them. I've tried. Well, I haven't tried.
I know I'm so insensitive, but I'm a drummer.
Is this turning into one of them Sarah McLachlan ASPCA things here? Is that what's going on?
This is a public announcement.
That's right, Gus. Don't over medicate your animals. Drink responsibly and don't overeducate. Yeah, we don't want to make our animals too smart.
There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
We got to show those like horrible YouTube videos on there too, just like of all the dogs and stuff.
Oh yeah, the saddest dog you've ever seen, and yeah.
So,
oh man.
So that is kind of bad for me, though. You know, one of the gigs that we like to play with is a local animal kind of shelter placement group. So, yeah, I mean, for me personally, and growing up around animals and things too, right? There's never any reason to mistreat them. I mean, I just don't get it. And then we kind of feel the same way with people. I mean, right? There's just no reason. I mean, if you can't discuss it, and if you're not in agreement, just move it along. But
you know that reminds me of, remember that gig we played up in Newtown and the chicken?
No, I don't.
Oh
my God! Tell me about the chicken.
Yeah. So yeah, don't overeducate your animals. That's awesome.
This isn't on the internet, is it?
So we play this gig in Newtown, North Dakota. Well, Van Hook.
Oh, yeah, that's specific. It's in that area.
And it's this like roadside bar with a hotel and a truck stop there, kind of outside of town. Roadhouse, right? And it was a fun gig, but like right behind the stage thing outside, they had chickens, right? And we had a room. It was a 2-night gig or whatever, and we're like, man, we got to do something with these chickens. And we were like, we really wanted to leave them in the hotel room and do that thing, but we, cooler heads prevailed and we didn't.
Yeah. Well, we had one hell of a deployment plan.
Yeah,
like ready to.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Tactical evacuation of that poultry. Yeah, it was. It could have happened. It would have been a legit thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really disappointed that you guys did not execute this plan. Like,
I know.
You guys like got the hype up there, and it was just like a big.
We're gentlemen. I mean,
but there's more, because that night, Corey might have got into the old cough medicine a little heavy. And Corey's a retired policeman, and he was giving us the good cop, bad cop routine in the motel and telling us how to get out of stuff with the cops and how to well, it was so good.
How to conduct oneself in the presence of law enforcement.
I may have had enough of it and just went and slept in the van at some point or something. It was a fun night.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Did you get grounded after that?
No, but
with the boss.
Yeah, I mean, I made a fool out of myself, so that's always hard to come back to.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I've said too much.
Yeah, no.
So you guys never liberated any chickens?
We didn't liberate the chicken. No,
I said before.
We're like, man, we should have done that, But then they might not have had us back there and all that.
Right. I mean.
I understand that. Yeah.
I think trashing the hotel room's only cool if you're the Rolling Stones or somebody. Otherwise,
you got to be a headliner.
Yeah, otherwise, it's trashy.
Yeah, like the headliners have people for that. I mean, Sawdust Inc. We just have ourselves. So, yeah.
You don't have to trash a hotel room to liberate a chicken or two. You know what I mean?
Well, you see, you don't understand our plan. It was part of it.
Oh, there was more to the plan.
Yeah.
I think it was just leave the chicken in the hotel room, and I don't know.
But we were gonna, we were not gonna leave it in its original state of mind, which is what made us allow our cooler minds to prevail. Because, as we said before, there's no reason to do that to animals.
Oh.
Right. You were gonna Kentucky Fried him.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Well, hey.
Yeah, it was a road trip back. Whatever.
Oh my God. That's hilarious, though. That's a fun.
But to be clear, no chickens were harmed in the making of this podcast.
No chickens were harmed. There was an endorsement. So we also like Core Blund. So
there was an endorsement. You can't do shit on that.
Shooting out names with local recognition.
There was a Bible on the dash of the van.
When we left there, we did leave with a Bible on the dash, which is also a Core Blund song. I mean, we actually got to perform with Core Blund. Well, not with, but
at
same
the same
stage,
festival,
same festival, and we like a lot of his stuff. So yeah, That was part of the cap off. The next morning when we left, we had to make sure we had a Bible on the dash.
I wish they'd start that festival
and
up
to
again.
this day, I think our Bible's still on the dash.
It is, yeah. Yep.
That's awesome, guys.
Yeah, we've gotten to open it through festivals
King
for
James
like.
version.
What's
You
that?
need up there.
I said, is it the King James version or I don't even know.
I think it was like one of those Gideon's Bibles that they put in the.
So. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit, I didn't even know
yeah.
there was a Gideon Bible. See,
Yeah, and I was raised a good Catholic schoolboy too. So for me to steal a Bible felt a little wrong, but like they want you to learn about it. So
We're like kiss. Oh my!
how is stealing a Bible a wrong thing to do? Like,
right,
didn't
it was. I'm spreading
they
the word.
say
So,
go out and
yeah,
teach the word or whatever?
Now I
Yeah.
thought the Bibles were supposed to be there if you needed one.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, can't you just take?
we pretty much need them. Yeah.
If anybody needs.
I'm pretty sure it's this girl who needs one.
I saw it there.
It'd be a lot better tool if we actually opened it and spent more time. I mean, yeah. Next topic.
Was Archie someone in the Bible? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, so you guys played festival. What festival was it?
It was called
Great American
Real Country Jam. It was at my aunt and uncle owned this resort called Buffalo Gap, kind of by Medora.
I have.
And they had like we opened for Bart Crow one year. They had Sawyer Brown
posters.
got to meet them. That was pretty cool.
That's fun.
And who else was there? Marty Stewart.
Yep.
Got to open for Aaron Tippin they have this thing in Dickinson called First on First. Used to be called Alive at 5, kind of downtown Thursday night thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's all the people the all A and B list people we opened for.
Wow, that's
Pretty
really
much,
cool. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. And they should bring that festival back.
It was cool the first year too. I don't think you played the first year we did it.
No, I was in another band.
Yeah,
Played the opposite night.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. But it rained. It rained the first night of it, and like, our set got like, they kept pushing it back, and we weren't sure if we were going to get to play. But they're like, all right, you have 10 minutes. So I'm like, okay, festival, it's raining. I have to play the Star Spangled Banner, like Hendrix at Woodstock. So I got
with
to do
his
that.
feet.
Not with my feet. Maybe behind my back, but not with my feet. But
that was chicken.
And the chickens. But
Sorry.
but yeah, that was fun to do that. That was
Absolutely.
fun.
Hell yeah.
It's a cool setting out there in the Badlands. It really is. It's just a nice cool place.
That's the pretty part of North Dakota out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's God's country right there.
You talked about the flag. I mean, one of our local Taylor Crane, I think, was out there a couple years. I don't know if they were the only one, but so we're known for some of our oil production, in case you haven't heard. But yeah, big cranes lifting up these huge flags and just flying it high and proud. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
that's cool, guys. That's cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
Now I'm trying to think. Buffalo Gap area. There's that. It's like a steakhouse, right? Is that where the festival?
Yep. That's it.
I've been there too. I've eaten their steak.
Well.
Their taxidermy while I did it.
Yeah, no, you've been there. It sounds just like it. Yeah.
So
that's it.
And support.
I've eaten there, but it's
industry.
been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time for you. I went back there just around Christmas time. I didn't tell a lot of people, but I went back.
Good.
I was like, okay, I won't hang out with anybody I don't know.
Well, but if you come out here again, you have to hang out with us. Okay,
I will. That will happen. We will have Jägermeister together because that's
You'll have Jägermeister, but I prefer rye whiskey, specifically Pendleton. Not that I'm endorsed, but that's my drink of choice.
I'll just have a water. They don't let me drink anymore.
Yeah.
So
it's like a gremlin. There's a lot of rules, but
that's one of them.
We still love them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just drink Jaeger. I like a good hard cider, and any kind of mule. I had a mule at the Iron Horse back in August, so I went to North Dakota.
You mean Boots? It's called Boots now.
Oh shit, it's Boots now. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We still call it the Iron Horse too. Yeah.
Sometimes.
I will always call it the Iron Horse.
Hey, thanks, Christopher. Christopher Robin likes some drums, man. I appreciate it.
Christopher Robin.
I like your name, dude. That's cool.
And he also likes triple malt scotch too. So,
I
also obviously a drummer friend of ours.
I'll be right back. I gotta get my mule mixed again.
She's gotta get her.
Well, we
mule.
interrupted your story too, just to talk
right.
drums. Pretty inappropriate.
I had a Montana mule, and
what the fuck is a Montana mule?
Well, you got to drink it with Velcro gloves.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
My Montana friends are just gonna kill me tomorrow.
guys, I don't remember.
Yes, but I'm crashed.
That's right. It had a huckleberry vodka in it.
So huckleberry's no joke. That's pretty patriotic stuff too. That's good medicine. Yeah, good stuff.
It was so good. The drinks at Boots. I can't even say that.
No, you got it right.
Boots Bar and Grill. Yeah. Yep.
No, it doesn't.
Don't you know?
Don't you know at Boots they got?
Don't you know it? But oofta.
There you go.
Do they have live music at Boots?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good. At least they didn't get rid of that too.
Yeah. No, they have live music there and at the Little Mo across the street. And,
yes.
Yep.
That's cool.
Played both venues. Very supportive of a lot of local music. So both places.
That.
Very cool.
I love that. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Esquire when I get back from mixing my mule. So I'll be right back.
Well, hurry up then.
Messages. Crash has got you.
After these messages, we'll be right back. So, we already went through your guys' musical. What kind of guitar do you like to strum on?
I have a Fender Stratocaster. I'm a pretty diehard Strat guy.
So you're not really like a Les Paul dude, like at all?
Not so much, no. I've had Les Pauls, but yeah, I'm a pretty diehard Strat guy. Although I recently acquired a Gretsch guitar it's got a P90 and a humbucker. Just for something a little different, like to play slide on and stuff, you know. But yeah, I'm a Strat guy and Fender amps. I got a Princeton reverb and a Super reverb and a great big Showman that is like way too loud for anything we'll ever play. But
it's still fun. Yeah,
but it's still fun.
Good stuff.
So do you guys play a lot of slide guitar at all?
Not a lot, a little. I learned how to play steel too. We played at my cousin's wedding, and she's like, "Can you play some steel guitar?" Like, okay.
Dude, those steel guitars have like crazy terms. Like, so you got to get the spider on the biscuit, and then you got to get it on the.
Yeah, it's confusing, and it's in the usually I'd play in like C6 tuning and.
Okay, I have no idea what C6 means. Like,
yeah, I don't either really, but that's what they call
similar
it.
like banjos sometimes are tuned up that way too. It's just, yeah.
But they sound cool as hell.
They sound awesome. It's truly what gives them some of the coolest sound. So
yeah, they don't have your standard like E tuning.
Right.
Right.
Neither the steel guitars or the banjos. Like they have some like CF, DF, FC. I don't even know. I'm just making up letters here. But they do have like a weird tuning like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, that's probably one of the earlier musical instruments I fell in love with. I mean, obviously drums, but there's just the steel guitar. It's hypnotic to me. I really love the sound of a steel. So,
do you guys have a favorite steel guitar player?
I know that. Like after we find a keyboard player, if we could, and like a dedicated steel player around here would be.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I don't like about living here is, you know, with the low population, there's not a lot of musicians generally, so it can be hard to find anyone to play with, much less really talented people like Corey. But
Clay and Eric, them guys.
Eric hasn't gotten enough representation here, but
yeah,
he needs to be here.
I was whipping on him and then I quit. I feel like he'd be disappointed if I wasn't steady whipping on him, but no, it's the truth. It's
He'll be on another time. We'll have him on.
He's kind of the salt to our pepper, or vice versa. He's more of a Americana folk, more of a rock guy.
Oh yeah.
Than us. But it works.
Yeah. No, it's a different dynamic, you know. If I wanted everybody to be like me, I would just like not meet anybody and just hang out by myself too, right? But I mean, you want a little bit of diversity. You want a different perspective on things.
Diversity, an old wooden ship, I believe.
Yes. I think it was. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's my whole point too. Is like you learn more as musicians by hanging with different people, seeing different styles. I alluded to that a little bit earlier. So, but I think his compass is still in a similar place. So that's what makes us able to bond. And yeah, I don't want to get all sappy, you know.
Yeah,
drummer loves the bass player. What a stereotype! But yeah,
we love
he's
that.
a good dude. We like Eric.
Band is family. If you don't have that feel, you don't click.
Well, that's it.
Yes,
that's true. Yep.
Band is family.
Click. You got to have that.
No matter how irritating they can be. There's
the other thing that Eric does on stage that I just love is he'll make me laugh while I'm singing. Like he'll do or say something that like maybe the crowd can't see. Like he'll say stuff like off mic, and I will just like I'll start laughing, and then he'll start laughing, and then the crowd will just start laughing. I love it's a whole thing. It's fun. Yeah.
He does that time. He tries to get me to laugh, and I'm stern. Like, no, I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to laugh. I'll laugh next time. Maybe the crowd will laugh. But
they will. Truly
we
will.
About death and demon possession, but oh well. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, and that's something we learn, and sometimes it's hard because you're up there and you want to try to do a good job, and I've even argued or arguably stated that cover bands it's a little tougher because you can throw an original song at somebody and they're like, hey, that's good or bad, right? But if you're covering a song, it better be close to accurate or people are going to recognize that. I mean, people appreciate music. And if it's not on, then you're kind of become the GOAT. But at the same time, despite trying to be so focused on making it sound so good, it's fun to have fun. And we all know that people feed off of that. So
if you're not having fun,
we love to see the crowd engaged like that and laughing at us.
Right.
Laughing at ourselves, they're laughing at. It's so much more fun.
That is fun. And we do engage. I was just joking, but is the best is when you have that engagement with the crowd and you can feed off each other. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about that connection too with the music. When you guys are on stage, your crowd feels that.
Yeah.
Sure. We hope so.
Oh yeah. No, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Another funny onstage moment. Are we going too long on time? Is there a limit to the time?
We got another hour.
So we're playing.
We're good.
At we have a Red Rocks resort up here. That's not the one in Colorado. It's pretty awesome.
Still equally as well. Still very cool.
Out on Lake Chida, and we play out there a couple times every summer at this resort deal. And
that would be so fun. Oh my
God. It was at Lakeside. It's the coolest. Anyways,
that's that in North Dakota are the lakes, man.
Oh yeah. So there's stage lights at night. Summer there's like mosquitoes everywhere.
Oh yes.
And they're getting bad, right? And
they're thick bad.
There was this girl that shall remain nameless, but her nickname was the tambourine machine because she'd get up and play a tambourine.
She still comes to our shows.
She was like breaking the little chimes off it. Anyways, she produces some bug spray, some Deep Woods Off. And she's like spraying the bugs, and she came up like right in front of me while I'm singing,
out, right?
And sprayed me right in the mouth, in the face, and I just like, and we had to take a break. It was awesome. God.
Did it burn?
And then
it
was. I don't know how I was able to sing after that. We had to wait about 5 minutes, but yeah.
But good old North Dakota compassion. There you go, right? Killing the bugs.
But you know what? The mosquitoes left me alone after that.
Fix the bugs right up.
Sorry you got poisoned in the mix, but you'll be all right.
We still joke about it. Yeah.
That's badass though. You're like, I took a break for a couple minutes and then I went back on stage.
The show must go on. Yeah,
the
show must go on.
That's
Hell
Clay.
yeah.
Sometimes he's a badass.
That is badass.
And then like, yeah. What are some other good onstage stuff?
Oh man,
We're at this other kind of private party thing. We won't name names. And there was this drunk guy that kept like, and I'm all about people having a good time, but when they start like getting on stage and like knocking over mics and stuff,
no,
I just get a little punchy about it. And
yeah.
yeah, well, more
literally,
he knocked over the bass player's mic stand, and he was like stumbling towards me. And I'm singing, I'm playing, and I just kind of reacted, and I reached out and like throat punched him, and it was like, I thought like, it was just a reaction thing, and I thought like we were gonna be done because it was his parents that like hired us and stuff, but everybody just kept partying, and it was like no big deal. They hired us back next year. It was like, okay, sorry, what? I felt terrible.
Let's hope this gets throat punched again this year. Yeah,
well, you know, I mean, we do what we do because it's fun, but it's not free, right? We still got time and particularly money invested. Yeah, you hate to just have things screwed up.
It was just like a reaction. I don't know. I wasn't trying to punch anybody.
No, and I don't need help dropping sticks sometimes, but to be back there and see Clay school this guy, I'm like, holy shit! I think, yeah. And nobody dropped this, like no big deal. We just kept going, and then it went on, and it was a good time. So.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the gentleman we had playing bass for us that night, who will also rename nameless.
I love that name nameless.
He drank like.
Oh my goodness! Well, like, I can pride myself on sipping some whiskey.
Probably know all of these people, so
holy cow! Like this is pre-COVID stuff, right? This is old school. This is why maybe we like to think we're tough. But yeah, passing bottles around, and here comes some wild turkey and pulling. Right here comes the Crown. And
turkey's big back there. Yep.
Whatever. But this dude, go ahead.
He drank like a bottle of, was it Jack Daniels? Like it was nothing. Just like on a cartoon, like look, just drank it and kept playing.
The next bottle comes like
he that shit. This is like.
That. He did it just like that too.
It was crazy.
But yeah, he pulled it, and if there was any left, it went right on the windowsill where we kind of set up. Was right by him, and yeah, he just destroyed some booze and held it together. Yeah, I mean, old school. This guy who renames nameless is probably, if you're listening, man, chime in with a code name.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. And he's an old school musician, one talented dude, but I've never seen anybody put whiskey away like that.
That was a crazy night. That was bad. And then another running joke with us is Corey left. Was it your iPad or your phone there?
Oh, yeah.
We've had to go back to gigs several times. It's like, I left the iPad there.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows about that one, but they do now.
They do now.
Yeah. So it was actually a place called the Brick House. We can say that name.
Yeah.
Played that one night. We're all turned down.
Snake wasn't it the Rattlesnake before the Brick House?
That's right. That's the one. Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's our old stomping ground right there was the Rattlesnake.
Do you remember the open mic nights at the Rattlesnake?
I played open mic at the Rattlesnake.
I did too.
See now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you just hold your fist up, shake it at Clay, and just tell him something?
I didn't play drums at the Rattlesnake. I sang backup for a band named Feldman.
Yeah.
So I wonder. We've crossed paths, Corey.
Take your fist.
It's a small world.
It's been known to happen.
When in Rome.
Especially in North Dakota. Oh yeah, it's a small world there.
For sure.
Well, is it still there? Is the Brick House still there?
Yep, it's still there. Yep, they do music stuff there too. They'll do like a jazz trio up there quite a bit. We play there occasionally.
That's cool. It's a nice stage up there up top.
It's great. Yeah. Yep.
It's great. It is. Husband's band, Angry Dave and the James Brothers. So
the James Brothers. Yes.
I
remember them.
Dave, my husband was the bass player of Angry Dave and the James Brothers.
I've played with them, I'm sure, because I'd play at the open mic stuff up there.
Played with Corey.
Clay. That one's Corey. I'm Clay.
Yeah. Clay, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah,
that's right. Corey's the smart one.
play, dude. He's coming.
Yeah.
You guys have played a fucking show together. Holy shit! This is North Dakota here, people. This is what. This is
Who would have
what.
thought it went to this level, this dynamic?
Oh, the Angry Dave and the James brothers.
So yeah, at the open mic thing at the Rattlesnake Creek Brewery there. This would have been in like 2005, maybe about April or May. Yeah, I played at the open mic thing there a couple times, and it was Angry Dave and the James brothers. And like, I don't know if you remember, I wish I could remember some other names of people that played that night. John Klein, you remember that guy?
I remember John Klein.
Yeah, he was there.
Brian Lang, everybody knows Brian.
Brian Lang was there. I got a DUI that night, actually. Long story.
Everybody got something.
Oh man,
night.
there was some night.
And they do you remember they'd let you drink
in the hallway? Stuart, the drummer, passed out down the stairs, head down.
Yeah, they'd let you drink Guinness tap beer for free if you were playing in the band.
They had the
beer dispenser up on the stage.
I was drinking free Guinness all night, and I remember like some girl was like hanging out, and I was gonna buy her a drink, and I went up to the bar and I'm like, 2 free drinks, please. And they're like, no, you have to pay for it if it's for her. And I had no money, I was broke ass, and she was like, you're not gonna buy me a drink? I'm like, I don't have any money, sorry. And
come on.
And then I got a DUI. So yeah, that's great.
And I think that was karma, you know.
That was a great night for him.
Good news is he hasn't had one since.
But that wasn't the end of the story for the drinking career.
Well, next show.
But I'm trying to remember what we would have played that night. It was like,
gosh, you looked really familiar too, but I just thought maybe it's because we're from the same place and you never know.
I want to say we played some basic like bar band stuff like Keep Your Hands to Yourself and that kind of thing. Maybe Twist and Shout by the Beatles. That's kind of a standard one for me.
That's so cool. Oh my God.
I was just up there usually and they'd be like, it's an A. And I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of those gigs at all. She
Me neither, really.
That's not that one so much.
She was the sober driver.
I was designated driver.
And I didn't have to drive. So and now in here in Washington, it's the opposite.
I get to drink.
Not good at night.
My vision's bad at night, so
I'd prefer to drive because I would.
Well, that works. Yeah.
I party it up. Jägermeister shots off stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I learned a lesson. There's a limit. You got to share the Jaeger with everybody because I'll get like 8 shots a year coming at me coming off stage. Because they know it's my thing. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, ooh, no.
Yeah.
Bad choices.
And truly, that's something, you know, it's funny, but we kind of had to address that too. And Clay kind of brought it to our attention a little bit, you know, because there's been other shows where we're playing and you know, people, man, we love our friends and I appreciate all that. But, you know, you're trying to fill a song, someone's bringing you beer, and it's just a sign of appreciation and friendship. But, you know, you're there. You're in some respects, you are a paid professional to do a job. Yeah. We might not be paid anyways, quality. Yeah, but, you know, there's an expectation. So, I mean, if the drummer's dinking around on the back doing shots with somebody and BSing and not paying attention to music, well, you know, and I say playing attention because you really should be playing that song like it should be done and also focusing the attention. But we have a lot of good times, but yeah, we try to avoid too much of that on stage. Just, you know,
too much.
Take your break and do your thing.
It's not good. Yeah, you get too much in it. And I don't drink before the show. It's like after I get off stage, I like have some drinks with the band. I'll have a cider. I take that back. I have one hard cider right after
I have to have a drink or two before I start drumming.
That's it. And then it's the shots with fans afterward, and then we hit the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a good time, but it can be a slippery slope. So we'll leave it at that too, right? We all, you know, we know.
Oh yeah, and we see that in our music scene. Like we're in the Seattle, Tacoma. You know, all of us, Crash, and Max and myself, and we see some things in that scene.
What kind of dog? Did I hear a dog?
Yeah, where's the dog? You guys had a dog back there?
Yeah,
Amos.
So Amos Moses
Amos.
is our baby child. My wife.
Will he come on camera here?
Like
I don't know if he'll quite get up. It's late in the night. He's getting kind of lazy. He's what's called a bigador. He's part beagle, part black lab. I'll see if I can hold him up here. Come on.
I just want to see the biggest door flap of the world.
There he is. There's Amos Moses. What's over here?
Gosh,
Yeah, he's one of the best dogs
Oh my God, he's so
actually
cute.
had. So, yeah,
Aw.
he's not much of a fighter, but he's definitely a lover.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love the animals, man. We like to share.
He might hang out for a little bit if that's okay.
Yeah, we love to see fur
yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I go, I wanted
Here's
to
my
ask.
accent
I wanted
now.
to ask. Blue DeVille. Did you know the guys from Blue DeVille?
Yes.
Yeah, Phil and
Phil.
Matt Holbert
Our friend Dave.
and our friend Dave. That's
Mhm.
Dave. That he
Matt's
was in that.
actually
Yeah.
in Seattle now working on the harbor, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out here in Washington
Mhm.
now. But yeah, I don't know where Phil and all them landed. But they,
So Phil's
yeah,
still playing.
Yeah, Phil's still
doing some
around.
things
Yep.
around.
Yep.
Kind of
Oh,
doing
yeah.
some solo shows, and yeah, he's.
did
still
you
like-
guys Dennis Morris? He was like one of their friends. He was a football player. He had a golden
He
voice,
moved out to
man.
the
Like
coast,
God
too.
damn, he could sing.
It sounds familiar. I
I don't
can't place
recognize
that
the
name, but yeah, I know Phil really well.
Never in like any bands. He would sit in though every once in a while. And, God damn, that guy could sing. Like yeah, but anyhow, I was just wondering if you knew those guys. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool. Yeah.
I shared down the hallway from Matt. I was in that dorm room with like him in college. Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Super cool guys.
You know, speaking of Phil and Blue DeVille, is Army still there?
Oh yeah.
They played Armies all the
Armies
time.
is still there. God damn it, that's funny.
They still get bands there. They kind of do more of the DJ thing now, but they like we play there probably once a year or so, and yeah, they get bands. Yeah.
Oh, for fun. That's a nice
Yeah.
stage too. Yeah.
That is a nice stage. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's a club, there's a country western type club over by it was near
by
Sim Street.
by the
Where
McDonald's and shit. What the
yeah,
hell was it
which one
called?
is that?
Mavericks.
Mavericks.
Yes!
Mavericks. Yep.
I've seen them
That
play
one
there a
was
few
cool.
times. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I wanted to ask you guys about the Esquire. So you guys have played the
Yeah.
Esquire.
Yeah, I
we
played
know
there
the
quite a few.
family
Yeah, I
that
played
owns the
there a few.
Yeah.
Esquire.
Marshes. Yeah. Yeah. They we just played a gig there. Was it in like first part of March?
March, yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
They
yeah.
love us there. We love playing there. It's fun times. Yeah.
Because the locals called it
Did they
the
ever-
Squire. It's the
The Squire. It's the Squire. Yeah.
Esquire.
Yeah. Did they ever fix the floors?
You would love what they did with the place. They've renovated a bunch.
Fixed it after this
oil-
time,
They still
really?
have a few bras on the ceilings. They didn't get rid of all the bras on the ceilings, but yeah, they spruced it up. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
They've definitely put some time into it. You know, I mean, yeah, they do a lot as a family to keep it going too. But yeah, they've it's still a cool bar. I mean, they've put some time into it, some time and money into it, and
Played it was a dive, dude. There was like
Back in the day.
cement floors cracked up, like,
Mhm.
Boom. They
Yeah.
made millions of dollars during the boom.
That's
Of course
true.
they
That's
can do
true.
it.
So
Come
that's why
on.
I played it. It was like known as a
Mhm.
biker bar, and like
It's still the biker
it's
bar. It's still yeah.
for sure.
It's still the Esquire,
But-
right? But
You know, but I will say this, and I keep going back to music, bringing everybody together, and I say that because we can walk in there with our hats, right, and they know, oh, here comes a country band, but nobody gives anybody any shit, and they party equally well. It's still pretty cool. Yeah, it's amazing how well received we can be almost anywhere we go, regardless of just what we look like coming on. So,
Yeah.
but you know, we joke about that, but you're right. It's still. You know, there's always some bikes parked outside. Yeah.
That's where the bikes are parked when you go to
in that
Dickinson.
town,
It's
Yeah,
down-
absolutely. Yeah. If you're looking for a good place to hang out, hit that one.
What was the one by the Broadway by the tracks? Now that was hard, man.
that's what's that called now?
Ah,
They call it the South Side Saloon now.
yes, that's right.
Oh, I think I knew that. Yes.
I lived in Montana, like up until my 20. I never seen this, but in North Dakota, horses tied up out in front of the bar. And I was in front of the Broadway, and I see the guys after drinking and riding the horses back. I was like,
it wasn't that far down from the sales barns either, right? It was just
and if you everybody goes to Medora in the summer, and that's obviously tourist season stuff, but the bars and stuff are still open there in the winter, and it's kind of just the locals. And I've been in both of the bars in Medora when people ride a horse into the bar. Like that's a thing that happens like maybe once every couple of years, and then
not unheard of. Yeah,
that's North Dakota stuff for you there.
It's true. Yes. It's true. It's still there, guys.
What was the one bar we broke the floor in my band?
It was in Manning. What was that place? You guys
the Doghouse.
The Doghouse, probably.
It
used to be called the Little Knife Saloon before that.
Yep. Yeah, we play there.
Shovelhead played
my band
there.
Shovelhead. All the crowd got really into it. We were kind of a heavy metal and started jumping. We broke the beam underneath the floor. My drummer, he's like drumming, and my bass amp was just swaying. And he kept yelling at me, "Quit hitting your bass amp, it's gonna fall over." And I'm like, "It's not
hitting the drums."
That was
in fact,
crazy
I
show.
hid behind that bass amp.
Yes, because the crowd
got so
insane.
crazy. I jumped up on stage because I wasn't in Shovelhead. I was in Blunder
Jam, yeah.
And we
You
opened.
guys got good band names.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we're the
Shovelhead,
Mountain. It's what we sign our Christmas
Shovelhead
cards.
was a cool band.
It was a good. It was a good band.
Rockin' band, man.
So
we played all.
Ross Mellon was in it, and Kevin Berg.
Yeah.
And
Mike, I can't remember his last name.
God damn, Mazouse? No.
Who?
I can't remember. He was from somewhere else.
God, went by Big Dog. Was the
well? Who was Garrett? You guys might know Garrett, the sound guy. Shit.
What was his last name?
He's
God,
from
he was
way
a
back.
phenomenal guy. Yeah, he was a cool guy. He
Damn
was a
it.
great sound guy. Best sound guy I ever had.
You know that we know who you know.
Topics for another show. It's easily done.
Yeah.
Who would have been running sound back then?
I don't know a bar that you played.
Yeah, I forgot
and
about
the
that.
Stage, there wasn't even a stage.
Yeah.
Right?
In South Art,
so that's just down the road.
We play there.
We also play outside, and then they were like, "Oh, there's no bed." There was supposed to be someone bring out a flatbed trailer, and no one did. And so we crammed in that. I'll never forget. That was like crazy. I was by the bar behind an amp. I never saw anything but a speaker the whole night. Like that was it. Like it was like 12 people and the place is packed. It was like it was crazy. Crazy.
That's most of our gigs, honestly.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I forgot that.
The Knights of Columbus. Did you guys ever play there before it closed?
That was way before it closed.
Way back. Way back.
It's that.
So part of it, and this goes back to when my wife and I were dating, even a lot of street dances more in Dickinson, and we would hit that Knights of Columbus, and it's changed, it's passed on now. I think it's a
clinic
or something or drug screening now, so it's no longer in business. But we used to hit a lot of cool street dances there. In fact, fun fact for anybody who's paying attention, I can't see no numbers, but one of the first dances I took my wife to as we were innocently dating. We're still in high school, and stole my first real good kiss with her.
Oh, geez.
Right there at the street dance. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I played a gig there once, and the police asked me to calm the crowd down and have them go home.
I don't get paid to do that. I get paid to pay me. You guys get paid to do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, "What, I pay taxes for you to do this job, man?" Like, I think they'll listen to you more. And I'm like, that's a good point. Okay, I'll give it a go. And then I was like, "You all need to go home. Like, please head home." And they all did. I looked at it. I was like, "It worked."
Like Moses parting the sea.
I'll never forget my heart though. It was just raging, and they were shaking the cattle guards, man. I was so goddamn scared. We had this barrier, and they were just screaming one by. I'm like, "Y'all just need to go. You have to go home." I was so scared. And then they just dispersed, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!" And then there was one time at the band shell, I had to have the police ask me to
had to do it there too. The band shell got crazy. They threw my 21st birthday was a festival at the band shell.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
We had all the permits though. We were good for the cops, so we showed up. But then it was just too many people drinking, and it was like, yeah, you go, please go home. And then once again they dispersed, and I was like, oh, thank God they listened again. But then
they don't have booze at the band shell anymore. It's like a more of a afternoon family in the park thing now.
Right.
But
but
it's a cool stage and it's cool.
It's still a lot of fun to play. Yeah. One of the
definitely.
I would much prefer a family environment than what that was always terrifying. Like, is someone gonna get like? Yeah, it was always like, what's gonna happen, man? All it takes is one angry guy, and like, yeah, but it always worked out. We never had security or anything, and nobody got hurt. So
we had friends who were security.
Yeah, we did have some friends.
We always had our friends. I mean, you guys know how that is back there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
for sure.
Well, yeah, I guess looking back, I didn't realize how much we did musically in that state, and then
until we came out here,
and then looking back, it was like, oh man, we played a lot more gigs than we thought, and it was a cool place. Yeah. Like you said, it's like music. Everyone just loves music, regardless.
That's true.
Yeah. There's some beer and some music, and they'll be satisfied. That's cool.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyhow, nice talking with you guys.
Good to see you, man.
Thanks. Yeah, my shows.
Oh, it's all right. You can be included. We're reminiscing. Yeah. That's so fun to reminisce too. It's good.
Well, it's nice to see a lot of these places hold on, whether it's through the family or whether just management isn't always easy. We don't have a population to draw from, but some of these venues that we're talking about that are still going, still bringing in live music. It's not always easy for these places to book a band because they don't know what they're going to bring. One thing we're pretty fortunate with Sawdust is we don't normally play for covers. Like we don't have a minimum expectation or standard. I mean, maybe to our performance levels, we try to do the best we can, right? So I'm not saying we just anything goes, but where I'm going is these venues take a risk on a band, and we're pretty lucky that they're willing to do that. I mean, we appreciate it so much with all these venues that can bring us in.
Yeah, I totally get that, because when I was back visiting family in Williston, North Dakota. That's where I'm originally from. I'm from Williston.
Both our kids were born in Williston.
Oh,
not like both our kids together, but both our kids and my wife. Yeah.
I was so. I understood you, but I don't remember the club I was in, but there was karaoke going on, and it was down by the railroad stations. Not as far as the strip club. I know that's closed.
I was going to ask, but no,
No, it wasn't. It was there, and I can't remember what it was called, but I
could have been the Fireside. Well, that was more towards the other end of town. But anyway, it was down towards the track. Jerry's Fireside or River's Edge, or maybe.
Yeah, I think that, yes, River's Edge. And my aunt knew the owner, and we started talking, and I was just telling him that I wasn't bad. He's like, you can have a gig here without even hearing me. And I was like, wow. Yeah, sure, because I'm grunge metal. I fit the flavor of the West Coast a little more, but I don't know. There's some metalheads and some rockers out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm from there. So like you were saying, like there's still rock, there's still heavy rock, there's still the people that are into, oh man, the hair bands were huge.
Sure,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, still are, I'm sure. Yeah. Yep. So that's a big part of North Dakota's culture right there, is that 80s rock.
Well, and I think it's musically significant for our area. I mean, let's face it, North Dakota was settled, let's look at the late 1800s and early 1900s. These were a lot of European immigrants, right, came in, and that's what they would do. I mean, I remember growing up with dances on the weekend. Our son now is getting married at a hall that my great uncle played at, when they would just have 3-piece accordion bands. So it's kind of nice to still have some of those halls available. And I mean, music is just a part of who a lot of people are. And I think a lot of our rural states, and I know from experience in North Dakota, music is just part of what we do. And it's just a matter of, do you like it or not? And if you're not liking it, keep looking, because you're going to find a venue. You're going to find some people who do satisfy what you like.
And there's what is it called? The festival Pain in the Grass, right? Is that what it is? Am I thinking
up here by like Botno, they had a party in the pasture.
Party in the pasture. Thank you. We have Pain in the Grass out here. That's out in Washington. So yeah, Party in the Pasture. when I worked for In the Flesh Tattoos, we went there one year. I want to say it was the summer of 2007 or 2008. I did body piercing out there with the tattoo shop, and it was fun. I met a lot of really cool musicians. It was a fun party.
It truly is. And, one of the things that's taken off in recent years is, what does New Salem do over there? I'm drawing a blank. Maybe if somebody's
Country
up there.
Fest, they call it Country Fest.
Yeah, and they put on a pretty good show there too. New Salem Sioux, right? One of our famous sites along I-94 as you're bombing through our state.
That was on
It's
MTV.
kind of the backdrop.
Back when MTV had music on, yeah, it was.
Some of the coolest things from North Dakota, right? But it's still a good music venue, good festival. They bring in some big names. We got to see Travis Tritt. I don't know, that would have been 2 years maybe ago now. He got rained out and got pulled off stage. Terrible lightning storm, typical North Dakota summertime. But it's still cool. It was all part of the fun.
All part of the experience. And you met Travis Tritt too?
I didn't get to meet him. No.
Darn.
No, they took one look at me and said, "Boy, you're too close. Back up." So.
Just like that.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I mean, growing up, that was me, right? I've got pictures of pulling pots and pans out in the drawer, but I spent a lot of time kneeling in the corner growing up. So it was just kind of a natural fit for me to have to go sit in the corner and pick up drums.
Put the drummer in the corner. It's an age-old thing.
It is. It is. But we're cozy in that corner.
Hey, I always sit in the
try
corner,
it every
and it's
gig.
fun.
Yes, and her drum set takes up that corner. She's got a magnificent.
Are you kidding me? Like there isn't a drum riser big enough for my damn stupid drums. It's ridiculous.
At every gig, in these small bars when there's not a stage, and you kind of have to make up your own stage. That deal. I always try to cram Corey back in the corner as much as I can. If you're not hitting your elbows on the wall while you're playing drums, you're not in there tight enough.
You're good.
You got to crawl over the drums and then move the.
And I know he does it just to be
funny. Back there.
I've got a 38-inch seam, 36-inch sleeves. I'm 6'2", so I think he just gets tremendous.
Dude, one of my drum kits, I actually have to crawl through this wall to get up. Underneath the snare and kind of squidgy yourself
magically appear. Yeah.
Because you have in between two kicks.
I can relate.
In between the two kicks, that's your spot. Go.
Well, and who hasn't had a jam spot like that over in the corner of a basement or in a garage? I mean, you're always kind of stashed somewhere.
For sure.
In a closet, pretty much.
Dude, my tiny little kit for my my punk band, it's only technically it's a 4-piece. I am right up against the wall. Right at I do this and I'm hitting the wall.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, you got to watch some fills. You come around, nobody understands the pain of a drummer until you've been there.
I'm leaning on the wall, I'm sitting on my throne, leaning on the wall, just okay, figure it out, guys.
Which, full disclosure, is still better than a good day at work.
Hell yeah, it's true. Oh my gosh, seriously. Yes. Call you on wine, Oh my gosh. And when you are enraged, when you are pissed off, there's nothing better than pounding on your skins. Seriously, when you're mad as hell, it's the best.
Yep. It's legit violence. Very few will complain.
Oh my gosh, we could talk drums all day, I guess.
Clay can, yeah. Once you get Clay started, he won't stop. Yeah.
It's like the phonics monkey drummer, on South Park, right?
Right. Yeah.
Come on, phonics monkey.
Come on.
So you guys write your own music, you play some covers, you got some stuff on YouTube. Are you going to do a music video eventually? Is it something you've thought about doing?
I'd love to do a music video. That'd be great.
We'd have to find a way to really darken that corner. We talk about playing in the corner. It would have to be dark back there. But these guys, I'm saying with Eric, if he was here, that they might be able to step up into the light and actually get a video.
Yeah.
But no, it'd be fun. It would.
It would be, and you can literally do it with your smartphones now. A lot of the bands out here on the coast are especially during quarantine, took their own technologies to create videos. And I think you guys got the edge. I think if you could figure out how to record yourselves, you could definitely have a music video.
You guys should check out the music video by Atrocity Girl called it's called Fuck You.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's
about diversity in life, like, and they did it all on a smartphone.
Cool.
Wow.
To check that out.
Whole entire music video, and it's
Diversity.
amazing.
It's like a grunge rock feel. So it might not be everybody's thing, but to watch how they put their music video together themselves is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we have all sorts of different ways to manipulate film on our phones. I mean, that's the future.
Yeah.
Frosty Girl. Or no,
There it is, Atrocity Girl.
sorry.
It is Atrocity Girl. It is Atrocity Girl. It's not
Nice.
Mallory.
I put the wrong song. I said "fuck you" instead of "fuck yourself."
Oh, well,
Yeah,
you
it is
yourself,
Fuck Yourself
Nice.
it's all relative.
too.
Yeah, so look at Atrocity Girl, guys. Viewers, if you haven't heard Atrocity Girl, definitely give them a look-see. They're one of the hot bands out here in the Seattle area.
Again, the cool band names. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. That's
Yeah, there's some pretty. Oh my gosh, Crash knows everybody in this scene, and she knows all the history.
So Christopher Ramos says he likes that hoodie. I don't even know whose hoodie he's talking about.
He's talking about your hoodie, honey.
not hoodie.
Oh,
Careful.
Yes, Atrocity Girl.
this is a metal band in our area called Coven, and it has like Jesus on it.
Kind of like Angry Jesus.
Fire.
Like angry Jesus, yes.
he's an angry elf. Yeah.
Yes. Like that, except angry Jesus.
Except angry Jesus. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Still, nothing I'd want to mess with.
I've had this hoodie for so long that sometimes I forget I even wear it because it's like an everyday.
What's your go-to? You had that on when you were out here, just like your lounging clothes.
Oh man, I love this hoodie. Like, this is like, number one, it's a local band that I love and support.
It's awesome. That's
Number
good.
two, I mean, it's a cool damn hoodie.
Well, and I mean, admittedly, we have to
And
kind of
number
support
three,
each other
it's
too, right?
clean.
Important.
So I mean, like, it's a trifecta.
It
For
is.
sure.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we definitely support our local scene, but we support local scenes everywhere, nationwide and internationally. So, yet another reason we wanted to feature you guys on the show is you are in the local scene of North Dakota. You're in the local, particularly western side of North Dakota.
Nowhere man's land.
You guys play elsewhere?
We do our best.
Montana? You ever do like Montana gigs or in South Dakota sometimes?
Some, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did too. We'd go down to Lemon. We'd go down to
Mm-hmm.
what was that called? Was it called Marmouth?
Yep. Marmouth.
So
Yep.
Marmouth is still on the North Dakota side, but
Yep.
that's down little towns. Sometimes you
Right, it's on the North Dakota side. That's right. Yeah. Cool.
Yep. Little towns. Baker to the west is on the Montana side. Buffalo south
They
on
call that
85. Yeah,
North Dakota.
yeah. They all still support local and like that local music, so that's good.
Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, that's where it's at. That's where like the networks build, and that's where we build those communities that support each other, and we are connected by the world of music. So
Absolutely.
I'm still just excited that you asked us to be on this. We never been on a podcast before.
oh,
pretty cool. Yeah, Eric was going to be on here, and he's like,
you guys to play the podcast. That'll blow your damn minds.
oh, he was like, we're going to be on a podcast. I'm like, yeah. He's like, can we say shit? I'm like, I think so. I don't know.
Probably say all kinds of shit.
But then, yeah, but then he had family stuff. But yeah, I really do appreciate you reaching out to us, and it's
Of
cool.
course, yeah. Well, thanks for sending me a friend request. Like, you friended me, and I crept on you a little bit, and I'm like, these guys are cool. We should have them on our show. I'm going to ask them. And yeah, lo and behold. And yeah, you got that street credit now with people. You're like, I was on a
street cred in Seattle. Yeah.
In Seattle. What? Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you this, but we're kind of a big deal. People,
we are now. Us. Yep, we will be for sure.
Many leather-bound books, shelves of mahogany.
Hey, you are kind of a big deal. You've been.
I don't know how to tell you this. We're kind of a big deal too. Yeah.
Well,
we are. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it out there, but out here it seems like local bands last about 2 years. Like we've talked about this before. Like,
Max went through 11 bands in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They kind of like they get going and like everybody's into it, and then by the second year, people are getting burnt out or whatever might happen, and it seems like 2, maybe 3 years is kind of the shelf life of a local band out here.
I agree.
And the fact that we've been able to keep it going for 7, 8 years is pretty cool, I think. But
that's because like there's like 4 bands in North Dakota, so there's like
right,
7
exactly. Yeah. We're one of them. Yes.
And you all got to share each other.
Yep, we all share one PA system.
That's right. Yep.
We book alternate nights. We have one working microphone. It's a Shure 58, because you can hammer a stage in with them and still use them. And got some old PV speakers.
Yeah. The old Black Widow monitors, they'll hold up to
anything. Yep.
Oh, those PV speakers last. In fact, did you guys ever hear of a little place called Music Mart?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Dave Fitzik Music
My
Mart.
very first drum kit, Bertha, was bought by Max at Music Mart in their basement when they were in the 2-story.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yep. That was a cool place.
That was our first location, right? The 2-story spot, maybe?
It was this little one right along 22, as I recall.
Yep. The first one I remember was right up by, that's the one right by the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep. That's right. So Bertha is a PV. And she came from the basement. She was used, and got a really good deal for her. And we found out that she's one of just several in the world because PV had copied Pearl, and then Pearl had copyrighted the PV, the style. So PV quit making that style. And bands in the 90s, punk bands, grunge bands, started trashing the PVs because they were really cheap. So they would throw them on stage. It was a big thing to do. So I have one of the, last original.
It's like a lawsuit drum kit. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Absolutely. So
he said, and I didn't realize what she was worth when I was taking her around the city.
Wow.
Other drummers, older drummers specifically and looking at where'd you get that set? And I'm in the basement of Music Mart in Dickinson, North Dakota. I've got a leg for my road set now. I don't take Bertha out anymore.
Sure. Yeah. It's just kind of earned a special spot. A friend of both my kids, she's got a PV kit that, like, I could probably reach out to Amy if she's listening or if she follows up on this. I hope you keep that kit. Hers was a silver PV, just silver metallic. So
mine's silver too. Keep that kit. You got that nice. Silver PV kit. You better hang on to it because they're hard to come by because they were cheap kits that were destroyed. And for some reason, they all ended up in North Dakota.
Well, decent sound though, right? I mean, man, you can get some
very good sound. I have a really
good depth.
With Bertha.
Yeah, people kind of shit on TV, like generally speaking, and there's kind of no reason to. They make good stuff,
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
All you have to do is change the heads, and you've got a really good set. Like seriously,
I'm a firm believer in that. You give me your kit and let me work on the heads, and we'll get there. I mean, not that I'm something special, right? But the point being is, if you put some time and effort into your heads, you're making a good point. We'll get there, for sure.
Yeah, agreed. What sort of heads do you tend to lean toward?
So kind of depends on what songs I'm going to. My go-to head of choice are the Evans.
Yes, Crash
Yeah.
Evans.
Are you an Evans drummer as well?
We use Evan hydraulic skins, yes.
Yes,
So I like
do.
the hydraulic.
Sorry, I didn't know I was part of this conversation. I don't know.
So I do like the hydraulics just because it seems like I can get the most abuse out of those. That Gretsch kit behind me right now has got the Evans G2s on them though. So kind of depends what tone I'm going for. But generally Evans. I've used some Aquarians. My first Ludwig standard kit is set up with Aquarian heads on it. So yeah, and then I do use some Remos, but generally my go-to are the Evans.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I got Remos on my Ludwig still. I haven't upgraded yet because I just got my mini road kit before COVID hit.
Oh, nice.
And Crash and I played the Columbia City Theater New Year's. This is 2020.
January 3rd.
Yeah, and it was like
January 3rd.
It was January 3rd, so it was after New Year's, but it was a big show, and we made a lot of connections there, and then shut down.
Yeah. Just when you get some momentum, you know.
Yeah.
I had 2 more shows after that, and that was February 6th and the 7th. And the horrible thing is, I can't remember where the hell I played February 6th.
Gosh, you were at the airport. That
was February 2nd. That was
weren't you
7th. That was the 7th.
Weren't you at the Twin Peaks place the day before that? Or?
I wasn't at the Roadhouse.
Shoot, where were you? I remember this too. Huh. Anybody that remembers that, put it in the chat.
Roadhouse.
I don't know. Was it a Tim's Tavern? Like,
I was thinking Twin Peaks. Isn't that a franchise restaurant?
Like everything, the lines get a little bored. Well, I mean, we have a lot of venues here in the Seattle area. Like, it's a very populated place, especially for musicians. So there's a lot of places that you play, and you play a lot of places twice.
Yeah.
So, Tony V's. I played Tony V's the night before.
That's right, you did.
That's right. Ooh, that's man. And I'm going to Tony V's on Friday. He's gonna be so mad that I forgot that I was like.
You played with a really cool band that night too, and I can't remember who it was, but we had them on the show. They were really cool. Gosh darn it! Why don't we blocked it because everything shut down right after.
Every band has been really cool, so it's kind of hard when you say we've had this really cool band on. You just like
Tony V sounds like some like East Coast mobster guy. Like, yeah, we went down to Tony V's. We
went to Tony. Here we call it the garage. We went down to the garage because it's Tony V's garage. So you go down Tony V's.
It's one of the only venues that has survived COVID, so it's still
good.
It's still thriving. So that's
good. Yeah, I know a lot of.
Like I'm going to a show.
I don't know. Do you remember the Buckskin in Killdeer? Buckskin Bar. It's like right on. It's kind of a historic old brick, like right on the main drag in Killdeer. But they closed down during COVID, and like it's for sale. It's kind of sad. Like that one's not coming back. That has happened here to some places too. So you hate to see that.
Well, that is sad to see. That happened to a really, really big venue out here in Tacoma called Louis G's. And that's devastating because I was just starting to scratch the surface getting to play out in the city. Like I'm not in the city. I'm west of the city. I'm out in the country and in the mountains. Yeah. And then I was starting to get my toes wet. I met Crash. You know, she knows everybody in the scene. She was like,
I've played every venue in Western Washington.
She knows everyone. And like, I was like, oh my God, I'm like in the scene. And I was scheduled to play a festival at Louis G's. That's like bucket list, checklist out here if you're a musician in this area. And then COVID, never played their stage and they shut down.
Oh, no, she never did get there. Yeah.
I didn't.
face emote, and like that breaks my heart because there's nothing like playing that damn stage. Even though I gotta say, you
Yeah,
got out of it because that drum zone in the back is just dead zone. Dead zone.
you can't hear.
You have a monitor right there, and even though the monitor is like pushing noise at you,
Right. I didn't know
there's
that.
so much noise out there that it just gets drowned out. Like
You know
it's
what
just
we
a
mean, Corey? You get it when that dead zone hits you and you can't hear the rest of your band. You just got to feel out where you are.
I've done it.
dude.
Yeah.
That's when your 1, 2, 3, 4 comes into play right there.
Shit, yeah. And literally just your eyes set a lot right there too, right? Because you all of a sudden your eyes get a little bigger and you're counting. And I mean, you're right back to old school. You might be watching a knee bob or a foot or something, and you're trying to read lips, and all I see is the backside of these beautiful men.
Exactly.
Sometimes it doesn't.
You gotta
It's
go
not the
by
smartest angle.
body language. Starting to do their shit, like when they start to headbang or something, like, oh shit, this is like spot where I smashed the fuck out. But
that's right.
And it comes down to just like counting. You have to like
that's right.
Count every little thing you do.
Yeah.
And
you go right down to the meat and potatoes of it, because what you're doing is just trying to keep that tempo going, right? You just want to keep the count.
Drummers credit, enough credit. Like
everybody, like, hey, help me out, guys. Where are we at? Like, give me something.
Yeah, for sure.
Drummers count every single beat, every time we play it. How many times we play it? Like, how many times do we have to do a verse? How many times do we do a chorus? Oh, is there a fucking bridge? What do I play on?
Yep.
Like,
well,
the
and you're playing it live,
job.
so it's not always the same either. So that's one of the things we're pretty good about is even reading body language. Because sometimes that's all you got is visual.
It's true. That's all you have sometimes, because out there can hear it, but in here can't.
As a drummer,
and we're deaf.
As a drummer, I get super pumped. So as a drummer, I get super pumped.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a drummer, I get super pumped and I want to play like even faster during a show.
Yeah.
So I feel like our like 45 minutes is like 25 minutes. And you're just
yeah. And I think Clay can attest to that. Sometimes when you really get going or you really get a driving song, it's hard to stay in that pocket because you just want to keep going. And yeah, it's a dynamic and try not to look like you're pissed on stage. I mean, I don't want to look at these guys like, well, you're doing it wrong, right? That's not what we're about.
It's
but just subtle,
that's all
subtle glances to let each other know, like, But I'm with you. You get a little over pumped.
I mean,
if
you're a real drummer.
Oh no, friend.
Yeah.
If you're a real drummer, you're gonna have stupid drummer face. In my back yet?
You're kind of blipping out there.
We're back, honey.
Just pick it up and shake it. It'll reset.
Okay.
That's just good.
Yeah. So as a drummer, sometimes you get that stupid drummer face where you're like this.
Oh man. So it's real easy for me, yeah. Because normally I've got a hat on. I just keep my head down. And I make all the stupid faces nobody knows.
Oh, see, we sing and drum, so we have our headset.
Ah, yeah.
We can't have hat and hair and earrings and all that shit. We got to just have a headset with our hair back. Because you know how it is with your hair down and the headset. It gets caught in it.
Yeah.
And the hat just, no. So
I gotta say, I really respect how that a female drummer, number one, and then a drummer that can sing too. That's like,
it's
pretty impressive.
I can't sing.
And you're not female either.
It's easier to sing and drum.
Maybe not yet.
Are you?
Drum and drum.
I feel I could become female almost easier than I could learn to sing. That's how bad I sing.
Oh, there's your niche. You can identify as a female drummer.
He could identify as a singer.
That doesn't mean I am one, but I guess
as a female singer. Got you.
Yeah, no, we went way around that, but I think Clay's right. I mean, the fact that
That
But
is
you can
impressive.
sing a drum.
One thing we did too with the on stage stuff was wireless monitors. We have our own PA and everything.
Oh,
And
damn, that's fancy. Good job, guys.
we've
That
had
makes a
wireless monitors for
big
like
difference.
5 or 6 years, and that made a huge
Yep,
difference.
and it's all right there in your ears, right?
Yep.
So it doesn't have to be loud. I mean, we can almost talk to each other on
And
stage.
then Corey may or may not have broke his wireless pack because they're actually not drummer proof, apparently. And
you get pumped. Sometimes you just got to jump up and holler.
we got him like a wired one that actually probably sounds better. And
I do like
the
it better.
earbuds. So,
but yeah,
that made a
can't
big
sit
difference
still.
for us, even in a small venue where we could keep the stage volume down as low as we could, and then
and still have that.
Yep, still have it in your ears,
and it makes it more intimate. It's right there, right? So.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that. Actually, we're not that fancy, but like, how do you think Crash got her name? We destroyed things as drummers.
I thought it was the fist fight. I don't know which came first, the crash or the fist fight.
Yeah,
that's a cool name though.
Question: what came first?
The crash came first. The crash came first. The fist fight came later.
Yeah.
Same night, just different circumstances.
Again, the cool names. They have all the Crash fist fight. Like that's like being called like Batman, Superman, or something. Like,
it is. She is Batman, Superman. She really is like that. So
I am a superhero.
it kind of reminds me of, and this goes back probably into the later '80s. Band out of, I think it was out of Minneapolis, Slave Raider.
Oh yeah,
right? Cool names. They all had really cool names too. So yeah.
We had a bass player. Whose nickname was Razor. His real name is Ryan Sharp, and we're like, your nickname's Razor.
And actually, Razor's a new daddy. Like,
he just had a kid. Yeah.
So shout out to a new baby Razor.
He had a baby Razor.
Yeah. But he was that sharp too. I mean, hearing that guy was just
he was so talented.
Gifted.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was razor sharp on anything. I mean, it just the guy could play.
Definitely.
Probably still can. I mean, he posts his own stuff, right? I don't think he's with a band, but we stayed in touch, and he posts his own clips, and he still does original stuff. Yeah, we miss him too.
Yeah,
good guy.
Dude, love to look him up. We might have ran into him in the music scene too back there. You never know.
Right on.
Well, we definitely need to have you guys back on for one of our concert series. Like,
let us know.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
we'll do it.
Definitely.
It might have to be in May. Like, we're pretty booked up. Like, as you guys know, like musicians hang out, we book up pretty quick. So
as quick as we can.
It would probably be May. But yes, no, we want you guys back so bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's on Dakota time anyways. So
we'll make it Dakota time.
That's right.
Dude, you got farm in the morning. So I mean,
that time. 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. It's always mountain time somewhere.
Oh yeah. Guys, thank you so much.
That's not mountain time is the time I was born when. So like, yeah, no, I get mountain time.
Midwest too. We're all Midwestern kiddos right here.
Are we doing the Midwest goodbye right now? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, this could take up to 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It could. It should. But that's why we're going to continue.
Howdy, y'all.
No, it sounds good. We'd love to be back. Thanks again for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking us.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And thank you all for tuning in tonight with our amazing band for the night, Sawdust from North Dakota. Oofda.
Oofda, don't you know? Yeah.
It's so
there you
hard.
Go.
Got lots of stuff going on tonight.
But all good things must
see you down at the creek.
See you down at the creek. I'll bring a bag.
Yes, bring a bag to the creek. Yeah. With that, Maxine, you want to take us out?
Absolutely. Let's do this. Happy Wednesday, everyone. See you next week. Woo!
Woo-hoo. Thank you.
Yeehaw. Oofda.
Oofda.